How's your trip?
Oh, it was awesome. I absolutely adore Utah mountains.
Yeah.
You know, hence my little mountain tattoo, all the good stuff.
Did you get the tattoo in
No,
Utah?
I've had it my whole life. Well, not my whole life. That's a complete lie. It feels like it. Had it for a while. But no, yeah, Utah was great. Hiked Moab, very different, right? I've been to Yellowstone in like Illinois, very green, but with Utah, it's the red rocks. And honestly, full disclosure, going in, I'm like, am I going to enjoy this? It's like dusty and like rocky. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
It's a big crack.
Right. So yeah, it's just so overwhelming. It's just like big canyon, where it's like smaller rocks and there's like the arches and all sorts of stuff like that. So it was absolutely gorgeous. I think anyone ever wanting to expand their hiking experience should add that to their bucket list.
So just everyone should go out there.
Everyone should go. 100%. Yeah. It'd be a perfect day.
It would be a perfect day.
Perfect day in Moab.
Which leads into our first
right.
first video podcast.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Here we are, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks for joining.
So this should go well.
It's going to go great. It's going to be nothing wrong, obviously.
Because now you can watch us on the YouTubes.
Be epic.
And listen to us on the Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I mean, really, where can't you get the Happy, Healthy, Strong podcast?
It's everywhere. And any type of medium you would prefer.
Literally everywhere.
But you were excited about today's topic. It was kind of like your little idea. So... yeah, tell us where'd you get this bee in your bonnet?
So, Lauren, I'm a big fan. I think often we talk about these general things, which is good because it's hard to prescribe specific things. Like you need to do this because everybody's different. Everybody's different point in their life, different stress levels, things, all these variables, and so we make these general recommendations, and they're all good, but we never hit fine details. So we're going to try to lay out today a very specific roadmap for people, like just the average Joe.
Yes.
And this might fit your day perfectly, or it might not fit your day perfectly, but you can take pieces of it and be like, oh, I could do blankety blank during this time of my day, in which to create nice balance and smoothness to what you're doing.
So instead of us doing the whole kind of theory and behind the scenes, we want to just make this totally application day. This is exactly what you could do, should do. Take what you like, leave what you hate, and get to work.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
So where do we start?
We have to wake up.
You have to wake up. I'm not going to hit the table anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. That's too much.
Things might fall.
It's true.
Took a while to set this up.
It was quite the endeavor. Wake up time.
So, Lauren, you wake up. What's the first thing you do?
One of the biggest things is not hitting snooze. It's getting up, and it seems silly, but you just have to wake up. It's like when you don't, you're training yourself to be the type of person that hits snooze and doesn't wake up. So getting out of bed right away, that's going to be the first thing. Seems simple, but don't hit snooze.
Yes, I have a small disclaimer. I love my wife. When she hits snooze, a lot of bad things run through my head. Okay. Like get out of bed, woman. Like it just why would you, if you're set your you
set it for a reason.
Set for 16, you wake up at 6:15. You don't snooze 4 times and then wake up at 6:45. If you're going to get out of bed at 6:45, set the alarm for 6:45. Get an extra half hour of sleep. Don't do this in and out sleep thing. Sorry, disclaimer.
Yeah.
Love you, honey.
No, that's fine. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have for me, it's got to be a pretty big reason that I want to hit snooze.
Yeah.
And I have legitimately almost the night before I've decided that I may or may not do that. I'm going to set my alarm. If I feel like crap, I've allotted time in my day to get that extra hour.
Yeah.
It's not willy-nilly in the moment. I'm going to hit snooze. I don't feel like doing this anymore. Yeah. That's the first one.
So
but
when we wake up and then...
Yeah. 2, it's have a consistent wake-up time. So you want to make sure that about an hour, and this goes with bedtime too, but we'll talk about that, within an hour of the same time each day. So between 6 and 7. You don't have to be to the minute. The closer, the better. But you definitely just want to have a consistent time so you don't have that jet lag, that sleep jet lag.
Yeah, and I found as I've gotten older, that's, it's almost the same time every single day. I just wake up naturally.
You feel it.
Yeah. That's where I'm at as a human right now.
Yeah.
But, so you wake up, and now can I jump in? Is
totally.
That okay?
Yes,
so
please.
My recommendation would be once we get, you need to hydrate right away. Get some liquid in you.
Yes, I love that.
You've been dehydrated all night. Big fan of Rob Wolf's Element. You mix a pack in there. Electrolytes. Hit the salt. And drink that down and right away. Get that in you. It is 8 ounces, 12 ounces, whatever. It doesn't have to be a gallon, but just get that in you.
And it kind of jumpstarts all your bodily processes. So you get your digestive system rolling. And to Adam's point, you kind of like dried out overnight. So it gets everything, all the fluids flowing. One of the best things you can do. And for those of you that struggle with getting water in, get a solid 12, 20 ounces right when you wake up, and then you're 20 ounces ahead for the rest of the day.
Yeah. It's a nice way to get you back where you need to be,
right.
Right off the bat. And then my thing that I've just started, I shouldn't say just started doing, but it's easier now to do in the summer. And it's tough in Illinois winters and stuff like that. But some type of movement. Now, it can be getting yourself out of bed and getting to the gym and working out. Our 5 o'clock class, is the most dedicated group of human beings I've ever seen in my entire life. You can do that. If you want to get up and get it done and get it out of the way, awesome. If you want to walk the dog, fine. You want to do push-ups and sit-ups, in your living room, fine. Whatever it is, but some type of movement. Just, and it doesn't have to be long. It can be a 10-minute walk. It can be a 5-minute walk. Yeah. It just some type of movement. You can just stretch in your living room, something, but get yourself moving.
Yeah. It could even be as simple as you are just like go walk up and down your stairs a few times. It could be doing some foam rolling in your living room. It could be, hey, I'm going to do 20 seconds of air squats and rest, 20 seconds of push-ups and rest. And these are not intense. It's literally just moving. It's greasing the groove. It's getting the joints going, and it's just getting a good start to your day. And that also triggers your circadian rhythm to know, I wake up at 7. And to solidify that, I then move at 7. And it just trains the rest of your processes to know that that's coming.
Yeah. I like it I like a little bit more of a workout first thing.
Okay.
Just because if my day gets too busy,
gotta plan it in.
Which is funny, I'm in the gym.
See, I'm the 20-something entrepreneur, works from home.
Yeah, you do what you want.
I do what I want.
But to get it out of the way, and even if it's so if I get too busy or if things in there are days like we're trying to install one of the big ass fans, this 24-foot fan, in here, which I know nothing about electrical, and we're trying to get this done. It's stressing me out. I got a lot of things going on. If I get that little 25-minute workout in the morning of some kettlebell swings and some pull-ups in the garage, like I got that good movement in, and I feel good the rest of the day. And at 41, that's pretty good. I'll hit it harder the next day if my my day gets thrown off a little bit. So
and then it's off your mind.
Yes,
you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it. It's just done. It's not another mental subconscious task on your to-do list for the day.
And you feel better.
Yeah,
you got that.
Yeah. If anyone struggles with like just energy and like fatigue during the day, that's one of the best tips. I think there's a few, but we're keeping this practical. One of the best tips is just to move early and move often, and that'll just keep your energy levels where they want to be.
Yeah. So to review, wake up.
Yep.
Hydrate, move.
Same time each morning, ideally within an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, if some people have the same process every single time. I mean, when I get out, there are days I just walk the dogs in the morning. I'm a little more sporadic. I'd like to be a little bit more, specific, but I can't tell you that I see the same people walking the same dog at the same point at the same time every single day.
No.
So there's Judy with Sammy. Sammy's the dog. At that corner of Applegate, and there they are.
Yeah.
At the same time every day. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Lauren, then I get hungry.
Oh.
I want to eat some breakfast.
Okay.
What do I do?
Awesome. Biggest thing is going to be, and we talk about this a lot, but to keep it super simple and practical, step 1 would be prioritize your protein at each meal, including breakfast. 90% of the time when people come to me for nutrition coaching, the first thing I have them do is change up their breakfast from this carby cereal, oatmeal, or shake on the go, fruit, grab and go, and change it to adding in some type of protein source. Ideally, for most people, most humans, you could do with 30 grams, if not more. Start your day off good. That's going to keep you satiated for the next 4 hours. And then you're not hungry until it's lunchtime, which helps with snacking.
Yeah, and that really being the goal. We want to get whatever you eat at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it needs to keep you okay until noon or whenever you eat lunch, so you don't have to run and grab a Snickers and a Diet Coke at 10:30 in the morning.
Exactly. Now,
bam.
Some of you may be saying, "Hey, I work out at this time, or this doesn't fit. I don't at 7 o'clock. I'm running home." Again, we're doing more of a typical day, and so you're going to have to take and leave what works for you. But that would just be adjusted. Maybe you have a little snack before your workout, something light to get some carbs in you. Maybe you're cool fasted, whatever. But our point is, whatever your breakfast meal is, whether it's 8, 9, or 10 a.m. That's going to extrapolate out into the rest of your day. Just make sure that you're prioritizing protein.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing, it satiates you first thing. Yeah. So you get that, it gets in you, okay, I feel good, and then it kind of sets the day. As opposed to the worst thing here again, doing the opposite of everything.
Yep.
Waking up too late because you hit snooze 14 times.
Then you're rushed.
Okay,
Stress.
you. Jump in the shower. You grab a Pop-Tart and your coffee on the way out the door, or nothing.
Yep.
You haven't moved. You didn't drink anything. You drank coffee, dehydrates you.
Muscles hurt.
Yeah, and then you go to work.
Ravenous.
And 9:15 in the morning, you want to
Slam
snap
a
into
donut.
it. Yeah. John brought donuts.
Done. So hungry.
Sounds amazing. So I think that wraps it nicely. So if you're boom. So then you eat breakfast. It's got to get you to lunch.
Yep.
Okay. During that time, from breakfast to lunch, I'd be as active as possible. Now you might have a desk job. You sit. Whatever you can do to move.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking stairs. Hey, I have to go see Johnny in IT. Well, instead of sending Johnny an email, get up and walk to the other end of the building. Go see him. My wife's a teacher. And instead of emailing the principal about Derek, who was messing around her class, to walk down to the principal's office and talk to him face to face, I think is good.
I think too, like all the things you're mentioning are about going places and getting away from your desk and stuff, but don't forget that even at your desk there are so many things you can do. You can do stretching at your desk, you can do joint stuff. Sure, it might look silly, people might look at you funny. I'm not talking like protocols. Yeah, fine, great. If you did that, what if you did that every 30 seconds? You just did one. You just did one. No, that's too often. But every 30 minutes maybe. But just don't forget about the things you can do at your desk. Sit to stand. Literally some just like bending your knees, pulsing squats. It's just blood flow. And that's going to get to your brain. That's going to make you stay more awake, be more efficient at work.
And this is where the whole standing desk thing has come in big.
Right.
My brother-in-law is a lawyer. He actually has that little treadmill desk thing.
Oh, yeah, I've looked at those. They're freaking expensive.
They are expensive.
They're so hard to find,
They're
too.
expensive. He's a very good lawyer.
Oh, well, I should change professions. Don't tell my sister.
I don't know if you know any lawyers.
No, not at all.
No.
Natalie Barber? No relation.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
So activeness.
Yep.
You get to lunch. We like lunch. Eat a good lunch. What do you look for in lunch?
Protein is going to be staple throughout the day that we're talking about. If you want to take it a step further, I think lunches are a super easy time to do, like I call them my big salad, because I bleeped it out for everyone.
That's like a Seinfeld, right?
my big bleep salad.
Big salad.
My big salad. So you can just get so much diversity, so much fiber. Salads also just expand your mind on what a salad is. Yeah. Think about almost like a Chipotle bowl or a bean bowl or like salsa mixed with things in it. It's just, there's so much to do, and you just throw it in a bowl and that's it. Add protein. Done. Super simple. You can mix it up each day by just adding a different ingredient, and it can be very satiating, especially if you use some type of like olive oil or something for a dressing.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of salads to get your veggies in and just loading it with protein as well.
Yeah. I really think it's that easy. Eat something balanced, and it should be not that hard to eat something balanced if you ate something pretty balanced for breakfast, know?
Because your hunger levels are cruising, you're not having crazy spikes, and
you ate some scrambled eggs with some blueberries,
no blood sugar lows from having a donut and then dropping and getting tired, making bad choices.
Yeah. You've been moving, so I know I'm terrible. If I sit all day and then get up, I almost get to the point where I don't care what I eat. Oh, I'm just stuffer. Give me something. But if I'm smooth and I'm working and coaching, and that just makes everything easier. Eat lunch, yay! The goal of lunch is to get me to dinner. Can I say that? You okay with that?
Yeah. It depends a little. I mean, if someone's going to work out, you might want some type of pre-workout snack just to prepare so you feel good. If
pre-workout.
If you weren't
I'm going to dry scoop some pre-workout.
Totally snort it. No, I mean, if people...
Until people die, Lauren.
I'm not promoting that, all right? Supporting that. I think about people with kids and different things, different responsibilities, you may get up at 5 a.m. And so you may be then not eating dinner till 6 or 7 if you have a 5 p.m. workout. So to go from 12 to 7, I don't love that for people. So again, we're giving you a general good day and what that could look like, but you have to look at your unique situation. So you may want to have some type of a snack in there, and that's where we're more lenient on that snack. You don't have to prioritize protein and veggies as much. You want it to digest easily. So something carbs is going to digest quickly, sit well in your tummy, so you can work out and not feel crappy.
What recommendations do you have for something like that?
I'm always
Be specific in this podcast.
I will. I'm always going to go the whole food route. So I love like the Go-Go Squeeze, like applesauce packets, just fruit, depending on the types.
Yeah.
You know, berries digest pretty quickly. If you know you have issues with like the fiber in apples, well, then don't have an apple. There's plenty of options out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would really stick to the fruits.
I don't know many people have issues with the fiber in apples. Do they? Do people?
No, not a ton.
Eat an apple, ladies and gentlemen. Eat an apple. You're fine.
You'll be all right. Even just a little bit of oatmeal. I wouldn't go too heavy. Or, you know, peanut butter on bread. So, fat, not before I work out, won't digest. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Some people even, depending on how you eat normally, handful of nuts. Depending on how long to your workout, I would definitely give an hour plus for that because it can be a little hard to digest. So really the options are endless. But for me, I personally do fruit or like an applesauce or like a Lara bar because they're quick and easy. I have those with me if I'm going to get something processed. That's kind of the furthest I go if I'm not just saying whatever, I'm having ice cream.
Yeah. And can we say too the idea that during that afternoon, same movement level. You know, again, having some type of wearable or something, your phone or your wrist watch or whatever that tracks your activity and stuff like that to continue to stay active. You know, we're sitting doing this podcast. That's why the podcast isn't going to be that long because to sit here and whatnot is tough. This isn't going to be a Joe Rogan 3-hour episode here. But to keep people active, just move. You're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Okay. Joints are going to feel better. Hips are going to feel better. Feet are the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Little snack if you need it. Mm-hmm. But then getting you to dinner.
Yep.
Dinner should look like. Endless possibilities.
Right. Endless possibilities. Yeah. Seriously. We're going to sound like a broken record, so you don't need to mix it up too much. But I will say something I am proponing to more people more regularly because it is good literally for anyone is to think about having more calories early in the day and make your meals progressively smaller. When in America, we like to go the opposite and we like to make dinner this huge meal because we were rushed in the morning. Yeah. We didn't plan. So I have calories to pack in and then maybe I skip lunch or have a bar for lunch and then dinner, I'm going to eat everything, which then, as we'll talk about, totally wrecks your sleep. Yeah. So for me, I've been trying to make dinner my smaller meal and being okay with that. And on my ring, I can check my deep sleep and how that is. And 2 nights ago, I had a snack, 30 minutes of deep sleep. Last night, I've fasted, kind of. I didn't have anything until like 4 p.m. and then went to bed at 10. 2 hours of deep sleep. Like, case in point. I'm not saying that's everyone, but it definitely hurts your sleep if you're going to be eating that close to bedtime.
Do you want to explain to people why that happens?
Yeah.
Why does eating close to bed mess up deep sleep? Yeah.
So deep sleep, all your energy and processes in your body are going to convert resources to the detoxification of sleep, you're increasing growth hormone to repair from the day prior. You're kind of lowering inflammation. You're flushing out the brain. That all takes energy. If you eat, you need blood into your digestive system. You need resources to digest that food. So your body skirts the brakes on everything else, and it's not going to initiate those deep sleep processes because all the energy is going into digesting whatever you just ate, which tends to not be good when it's that late at night. It's normally a crappy snack, blood sugar spikes, and that's just a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. Now, and coming from a parent level, when we have kids, my kids have Vacation Bible School this week, and so typically they go to bed at like 7:45, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Vacation Bible School ends at 8 o'clock. So by the time we get home, with all the other things, sometimes they're hungry before Vacation Bible School, sometimes they're not. So sometimes they want to eat after Vacation Bible School, which when you're a kid really doesn't matter. You can eat really whenever you want. Yeah. It's amazing.
Definitely.
If you're a child listening to this podcast right now, enjoy this. Eat whenever. Have a lot of fun. But as an adult, if I do the same thing, like, oh, okay, the boys didn't really eat, so we didn't really make anything. Now we get home, it's 8:30. Gosh, I haven't had dinner, blah, blah. I'm going to eat dinner. I do the same thing. I look at my phone and check the ring, and my deep sleep, when I want a good hour and a half to 2 hours, I'll get 45 minutes.
Yeah, and you feel it.
And deep sleep, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but basically is the recovery piece for a lot of the exercise stuff. So muscles and things and blah, blah, blah. So especially if I work out and then get crappy deep sleep, I feel like crap the next day. Absolute garbage, which sucks because I want to work out the next day. I want to be active. I want to do something, but I almost shouldn't because I didn't recover the way I should have. Right. And why? It's not because I worked out inappropriately. It's because I ate too late and it jacked up my sleep.
Yeah. And flip side, your REM sleep is kind of how your brain feels. So when your body feels tired, deep sleep, when you just feel kind of groggy waking up, I'll check and I woke up in the middle of a dream or just didn't get much REM sleep. So that's just a side note, fun fact on the side. But with all of this, talking about dinner.
Can I add one more thing there?
Yeah, sure.
So to go off the REM sleep thing.
Yeah.
I find myself, if I get home at night and if I don't drink the water that I need to during the day. So we were going in order and I got slightly off. I don't drink it. Before bed, I'll drink some, Again, I'll throw a little element in there and drink it up. But if I drink too much, then I wake up to pee at 3:30 in the morning. Throws off my REM sleep.
Yes.
So now all of a sudden, like, my body might feel good, but my brain, you get that little brain fog.
Yes, it's heavy.
I'm trying to be creative. We're trying to, create cool podcast.
Not
And it's
working.
like, and I just feel a little foggy and I'm not on my A game. And that's frustrating. So heavy drinking, of anything, and eating before bed screws up many things, which then it messes up your sleep, which then messes up step one from,
when to get up and
what we just talked about starting 20 minutes, ago.
Yeah. And no, I don't think we're getting off on a tangent. That's good because it should be anecdotal. Like you should look at your life and you should keep track of, wow, I'm continually waking up and just muscles are tired, or I'm continually waking up and just in this fog and I want to push snooze. Given what we just talked about, that kind of tells you what action steps you need to take, whether it's the food, the hydration, if you're getting deep sleep, if you're not. And those will result in different symptoms. And the more you can, I always propone, the more you can learn your body, the more you can own your health and own the decisions and actions that you take. We're giving you general recommendations that are pretty good, but you're going to have to trial and error and figure out what works for you because we're not robots. No. So in summary, getting from lunch to dinner, we want movement, we want to keep drinking, and then dinner, I don't know if I remember what I said, but we want dinner to be fair. Oh, smaller was my point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really get into specifics, but
you don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, smaller and fairly balanced. It's not rocket science. We know what to eat. It's just that we get in our own way and we have cravings and all this because you're not setting up your perfect day, and it's a domino effect. We look at the one action that we take and we say, man, Lauren, I just keep caving on that cookie. If I just had more willpower. No, if you got good sleep, if you didn't snack the night before, if you woke up on time, if you moved a little bit, if you hydrated, if you had a good breakfast, then you wouldn't eat that cookie. And that's the missing piece that people don't think about. It's the rest of your day versus just that one moment.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. You get so excited when I have those moments.
You just went off.
I did. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So then that brings us to bedtime routine. Mm-hmm. And everybody kind of has a different bedtime routine. In short, you need to wind down, whatever that looks like for you. I think hard and fast for everyone, shut off the darn electronics. Yeah. Netflixing before bed to chill out is not chilling out, especially if you're watching Marvel or Avengers. Like, your brain doesn't disassociate. It thinks I just got attacked by a superhuman. Yes. And then you go to bed thinking that and feeling that.
I am a superhero.
Because you
Lauren,
are. You are Adam Lane.
I am Iron Man.
Basically.
And then when I go to bed, you're right. I feel like I'm being attacked by...
Yeah. Your stress response happens, cortisol, belly fat, blah, 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 blah. So cut that out.
Yes.
Do you have some favorite things to do to wind down? You're not good at winding down. I know that.
I'm not great
at it.
But
you do sauna, you cold plunge, you do that kind of stuff.
I'll say that's one of the big things. And you don't have to go this crazy with it, but I will freezer in my basement. I caulked up and I will cold plunge. I'll jump in 38 degree, cold water for a period of time.
Yeah.
Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter.
Yeah.
But you can even just kind of cold shower. For some reason, this is going to sound crazy to people, but you get in a cold shower and it's very easy in July. But you just, or sometimes I'll soap up with regular water and then cold and then, rinse off and you're in the cold water for just a couple minutes, and then dry off. For some reason, you jump into the covers and you just, I don't know, it does something to downregulate. Yeah. Not saying everybody has to do that, but it's kind of my thing, and I don't know, it works and I like it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think coupling that with the cold shower thing, like he says a few minutes, I have clients start with 10 seconds. 10 seconds front, 10 seconds back. Next week, let's go to 15. Next week, let's go to 20, right? And they're just slowly amping it up. Yeah. So that's specifically if you feel like you have kind of some stress issues, anxiety issues, it's hard for you to chill out, you don't have time during the day to do that. We're not going to go into it. Tons of research on it. It's one of the most researched things out there next to saunas and fasting and different things like that. Of just really good for adaptability and just strengthening your body. So definitely cold something or other.
Yeah. The cool thing is when you're in a cold shower, you're not thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
So any anxiety, any other thoughts, any stresses.
Right.
Oh my gosh, my checking account did this, the business did this, my job did this, my kids did this. Cold water, you're not thinking about any of it.
Yeah. Just get a clear head for a solid 15 seconds.
Yeah. And that's what I love about the cold plunge. When you're in it up to your chin and I just sorry. Digress.
No, it's good. So really, I mean, there's articles out there, you could research stuff, but I think it's really important if we're thinking about this perfect day, I'm going to get a little, since we're almost finishing up the perfect day, branching out of some other things that I think can encompass a more perfect day to get a more holistic approach. That's going to be some maybe reflection time, some journaling time. Maybe it's a podcast. I think every day we should grow in some way. You guys are listening to this, so to gain some new knowledge.
Or watching this.
Yeah, or watching. Gosh, so corny. To gain some new knowledge and just to like stretch your brain and work those muscles as well. When we're looking at overall health, being happy, healthy, strong, we've talked about this before. That's going to definitely tie into that. Adam talked about getting out during the middle of the day, and if you're at work or trying to walk around, I would say touch nature. Yeah. Literally, it's called grounding. You can, feet in grass, touching dirt. Being outside, sun on your skin is good, but it takes 10 seconds to ground yourself. And there is more and more evolving research on that as well. Deep breathing while walking, before you eat, before bed, before you get out of bed. So just think kind of whole picture, holistic. Within this schedule we have, little tiny habits you can stack on top of habits you're already doing to make your day better.
Yeah, and the only thing I would add to that now, if you're able to master that perfect day or whatever that is, look for you. Now you throw in some type of like structured strength training, exercise, something, 2, 3, 4 days a week, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Some people do super well 2 days a week. You don't have to get too crazy.
Yeah.
Some people they love it, and it's part of their day every day. I try to do it every day. If it's not jiu-jitsu, it's lifting some weights, or it's I'll ruck. I'll throw on my 45-pound weight vest and walk the dogs for 2 hours. Not that long, hour and a half. But something where that if you're able to get some type of exercise that's going to, I guess, grow you from that strength standpoint, from that cardiovascular standpoint.
Yeah.
More than just, walking to your neighbor's cubicle and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, definitely. I would say just have some type of routine so you're hitting all the areas. You're hitting heart health, you're hitting strength, and you're hitting neat or non-exercise activity, which is just moving around the office, jokingly talking about the joint stuff, walking throughout the day. That's really the bread and butter of, for me, just feeling lively and vibrant and just achieving kind of overall health. It's the little stuff that we kind of tend to ignore.
Yeah. So if we review here.
Yes.
Wake up.
Yep. Same time.
Get your stuff out of bed. Yep. Drink.
Move.
Drink. Move. Not hard. Doesn't have to be long.
Nope.
That could be 10 minutes. You wake up at 6, you could be done by 6:10.
Yep. I wouldn't recommend more than 10 minutes unless it's your workout, honestly.
Yeah. I like more myself, but that's just me. From there, eat a good breakfast.
Prioritize protein, make it big enough, 30 grams or more for most people.
Yeah. Make sure that you make it to noon, make it to lunchtime.
You're not a failure if you have to snack. It just means your breakfast needs to be bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Eat a little more protein.
Yep.
Okay. Stay active during the day, as active as you can in whatever job that you have.
Mini breaks.
Yep. Stretching, moving.
Keep hydrating.
Yeah. A lot of water.
You could
Salts are good.
8-12-4, you could think. Like every time I fill up my blender, that's going to be about 90 ounces. If you have 90 ounces from 8 to noon, 90 ounces from noon to 4, 90 ounces from, 90, my brain.
I was going to say, they're going to
30
explode.
ounces. So it's 90 total. My brain.
Explode.
Sorry. 30 ounces. And then have like a cutoff time so you don't have an Adams issue of needing to wake up and ruin your REM sleep in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I jumped ahead. So that's hydration.
Yep. Hydration. Eat a good lunch.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe a salad.
Yep. Yeah. Big salad.
Big.
Stay moving throughout the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Good dinner, wherever that ends up being. Possibly getting some type of workout in, whatever.
Possibly smaller than a smaller meal than you had prior in the day for breakfast or lunch.
Ideally, so it's not something absolutely huge, so it messes up the sleep.
Yep.
Because if it messes up the sleep, then it screws up step number 1.
And it's just the residual next day you feel like, and it's just constantly this spiral of not feeling good, not feeling good, not feeling good.
And then some good sleep hygiene.
Yeah. Sleep and stress.
Yep.
Mixed together.
Right before you go to bed, calm down. I really like my eye mask. I like it so much. My wife actually got one, and she, it's helped us sleep in a little bit because we have blackout curtains, but they still don't black things out.
5 a.m. My bedroom is lit up.
Yeah. And before we got that, we were waking up at like 5:20, and now to sleep in a little bit more, and it's not so much the sleep, it's the REM sleep. So then I feel better from a mental standpoint.
Yeah, because that REM sleep is really later in the night. Yeah. And then just some of that just general good holistic health stuff of, getting out in nature, getting sun on your skin, laughing as often as you can, having good relationships, having some journaling, having some growth as often as you can. Don't get overwhelmed by all of that, but just every day be thinking about kind of juggling that, and can I do 1 or 2 of those things each day? You don't have to do all 5 or however many there were, but you definitely don't want to ignore that. It's not just about nutrition and movement and sleep.
Yeah.
It's you're a whole human and you have needs that need to be met in all areas.
Yeah. And shameless plug, I think this is why the gym works out really well, because so many people that come to places, they find that camaraderie,
right.
in people, that shared suffering, that everybody's doing it, and oh my gosh, we're doing this movement today, and this, and they get those friendships, and they have those laughs and those inside jokes, and now we're all of a sudden we're hitting multiple dominoes or multiple birds
domains
with one stone,
yeah.
Of exercise and communication or family and camaraderie and laughing and et cetera, et cetera. So shameless plug for go to a gym, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anything that we missed?
Well, there could always be more, but we're keeping it concise today.
Yes, we are keeping it concise today because we don't know what our technology is going to do.
Yeah.
Could explode at any second. We're not quite sure.
So yeah, think about that. I guess the ending note would be, what's your perfect day?
Yeah.
Listen to this. Think about what aspects you liked, what are realistic and not realistic, and just jot it down. I would not recommend making more than 5 changes at a time when you're kind of revamping your day and what that looks like, because if you choose too many things, then we just get overwhelmed and do none of the things. So take a look, maybe pick 5 things, implement them for 2 weeks or more, see how it changes your life, and look at it again.
Yeah. Just that simple.
That's it.
Yeah. Little baby steps if we can. Baby's not a bad word.
No.
Just small.
It's manageable.
Small
Bite-sized.
Manageable steps.
Manageable steps.
So much better than baby.
Yeah, it is.
You're not a baby.
You're an adult.
You're manageable. You're a manageable adult.
You're a manageable adult. I love it.
There you go. Awesome. Guys, thanks for listening. Or thanks for watching.
That's right.
You
Happy,
too.
healthy, strong. We'll catch you guys next time.
Take care.
That's all we have for you today. If you have questions, want to chat, or are interested in seeing what we're up to between episodes, head over to Instagram and follow @lauren.rxtn and @oakstrength. Together, we are 2 companies committed to elevating your health and fitness. If you like this episode, please share it with someone who wants to live happy, healthy, and strong. If you really liked it, subscribe and review our Happy, Healthy, Strong podcast on iTunes. Be sure to tune back in next week, and remember to keep owning your health.